All right, Kaitlin Bennett. Kaitlin Bennett. Everyone knows Kaitlin Bennett. Poop girl. You know, gun girl, poop girl, whatever. She made a new video where she cooks for her husband or something, and I guess she thinks it's triggering to people on the left. It's not. I really don't care if she wants to cook. That's great. I actually like her kitchen backsplash a lot. It's very nice. Not such a fan of the countertop, but the backsplash and the cupboards are nice. But either way, let's take a look.
Kitchen guys, where today we're going to be cooking up some liberal tears.
Good opening. Would Lupine like a hat? And then there's a hat for Kat. If you want to get Lupine a hat, I will absolutely try and put it on her. Oh my god, the little steampunk hat. And then her and I can match when I wear the steampunk hat. That'd be cute. Or a fez, so when we cover Moorish sovereign citizens, she can be a little Moorish sov. Oh, they're so cute.
I've done it again, guys. The libs are mad at me. And why? Because I like cooking for my husband.
Kaitlin, I don't think anyone gives a shit outside of maybe one or two Twitter accounts, because there are weirdos on Twitter. But, like, cook, who cares? Okay? I don't know enough about cooking. I don't cook. So if she does anything that's really egregious, I'll have no idea. She should be wearing an apron. She's gonna fuck up that nice outfit. Baja says it's easy to tell she doesn't cook. She doesn't hold any of the tools correctly. She chopped those onions like a 5-year-old who's never seen a knife or an onion.
Tastes like patriarchy.
Hi, I'm Kaitlin Bennett. Some of you guys know me as the Kent State Gun Girl, and others know me as the girl with the microphone that interviews crazy Democrats.
Most people know you as Poop Girl.
If you're wondering why I'm in my kitchen, it's because today I'm Kaitlin the housewife who likes fulfilling her traditional gender role as a married woman. So just a few days ago, I posted a photo of me cooking to social media, and I captioned it, "You know what makes me feel the most empowered as a woman? It's not getting an abortion or rapping about WAP. It's being a good housewife and cooking for my husband."
And that's great, Kaitlin. That's kind of the point of feminism, is that if you feel empowered by cooking for people you love, that's wonderful, and you should have the choice to do that. And if other people feel empowered, you know, writing and singing the song WAP, they should do that. That's kind of the whole point, is that people should be allowed choice in what they do. Whatever makes them feel good and empowered is what they should be allowed to do, and that's wonderful. Nick says, not gonna lie, I could go for some noodles, but not from her. She might try to poison me.
And boy, did the left go crazy. Let's read some of the replies. It'd be more
D-Zug, thanks for extending your tier 1 through May.
empowering if you didn't need to please a man to have any worth. But I digress. Voluntary servitude isn't bad.
Oh, God.
But expecting it as a basis for respect to women is in all cases.
Yeah. Basically, this guy is just saying, like, hey, if you like that, that's fine. But telling other people that they need to do that, not cool.
Because cooking for my husband is totally the same thing as slavery, right? This guy must think it's slavery to wake up every morning because he doesn't want to get out of bed. Subway Rat says, I will never take criticism from someone who calls themselves a Subway Rat, by the way. Republican women are so easy to control.
Yeah, that's not how I would respond to this. I don't give a shit that Kaitlin wants to cook. That's great.
So funny coming from the people that are controlled by whatever they see on TikTok and TV. If it became trendy to respect traditional gender roles, you do it. But the sad thing here is that liberals don't know what love is. So they think the only possible reason I'd cook food is because I'm being controlled and not because I simply love my husband. LOL. You know what makes me feel empowered? Having a wet and being able to have access to safe reproductive health while...
And that's great. I'm very happy for Summer 333 Ray, whatever. That's great. That's the entire point. Kaitlin can feel empowered, and I know she's arguing in bad faith in the first place. I'm just trying to make a point. If Kaitlin feels empowered by cooking for her husband, she can do that, though she shouldn't force that on other people. And if this person is empowered by having a wet-ass P-word, that's awesome too. The whole point is allowing people to have the freedom to choose whatever they want, as long as they're not hurting other people.
Also being an amazing cook and loving every second of nurturing my partner. So take a seat, honey. Get you a girl who does both. So let me get this straight. Having sex makes you feel empowered.
Sure.
But you refuse to respect what your body does as a result of having sex. This is why...
Yeah, she wants to come, not to give birth necessarily. Jesus. Miss K says, I cook for my husband because he sucks at it. And then Harriest Nick, thank you for converting from a Prime Gaming to a Tier 1. Mike Max says, Blackish did a good job discussing this topic. Did a better job discussing this topic than her. I haven't seen that show, so...
Why so many people fail to even find a spouse, let alone have a successful marriage, because their relationship is for pleasure. And
did you just say people on the left don't get married? A lot of people on the left get married, about the same as the general population. Not all of them feel the need to get married, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to get married, that's wonderful. I'm gonna get married at some point too. That's great, but not everyone needs to. It's fine. Stop trying to impose what you want on other people.
Loving and supporting one another. And that's why they're so mad at this photo, because I have something that they don't. Love. Am I reading this right? Empowered women only get abortions and sing WAP? What?
I think that's pretty clearly tongue-in-cheek, but okay.
Enjoy staying single for life, I guess, Maddie.
I mean, if she's single, she probably doesn't need an abortion, but...
I don't know what man would love being around a woman who only enjoys spreading her legs and that's all she has to her, but...
Probably a lot of guys, honestly.
You get it, girl. You get it.
Maybe I have a low opinion of guys, though. I don't know.
Broke.
That's a me problem.
Single dad says...
People on the left don't get married. Someone should have told me, says Antiponian Squid. And Querulous Artisan says, she thinks the only love that is fulfilling is romantic, but to be fair, she can't get any friends. Oh.
No one wants your unseasoned chicken. First of all, you're a broke
Mixed Gothy Queer says most guys are trash. I don't think that's fair to make generalizations. I don't. That's not nice. Hurt Muskert Wad says, imagine having a relationship for pleasure. Do it for the good of the species, you whack chump. And then D-Zug says, what a dummy. My wife is a professional and our child is no less cared for. And there's good food in our house all the time. This absolute chud idiot.
Single dad. I do.
What about Daddy Sume? Is he trash? Well, yes, Daddy Sume, you're trash, but I think you like it, so...
Not take criticism from broke single dads. I just have to point that out there. And maybe you are a broke single dad because no one wants to cook chicken for you or even be in your presence. And internalized misogyny at its best, folks. Because loving who I am as a woman and respecting...
See, this is the thing. So many people fell for her bait, too. It's such an obvious bait to be like, I'm cooking for my husband, and just waiting for people to come and respond like, you internalized misogyny. Internalized misogyny is a real thing, but wanting to cook for your spouse isn't necessarily that, right? In her case, it might be, but that's not how you should approach this argument. You should be saying to her, if you want to disarm this bait, what you should be saying is, Kaitlin, if you like cooking for your husband, that's great. We're very happy for you. But if other people want to feel empowered other ways, that's also fine. All of a sudden, it's completely disarmed.
My rules in marriage means that I hate women. Duh. Oh, that's right. I don't actually love women until I tell them to grow a beard and cut off their boobs. Anything less than that is misogyny.
Let's not. You're not talking about women there. It sounds like you're talking about trans men, and you're doing so in an incredibly disrespectful way. Come on.
What the hell? You know, there's so much more that I want to say about these tweets, but I'd probably bet I'd get banned from social media if I say what I really want to say.
Say it, you coward.
But fortunately, I can over at libertyhangout.tv. If
We really gotta subscribe to their website at some point. I'm sure it's awful.
you guys sign up right now, you'll be able to watch my full, unfiltered opinions about this topic, and you're going to want to watch it. I simply could not imagine being a part of my own female oppression. Since when is loving and wanting to provide a good meal to your husband female oppression?
What a massive piece of shit. Slightly less massive since she let it all out at that party a few years ago.
That's interesting. And how dare we cook? Getting in the kitchen is so oppressive. Oh my God. Help. Oh my God, this one's gross. I'd abort 1,000 babies before I cook for a man. Well, good luck finding a single guy who would even give you the chance to do that. This is what feminism is about.
Actually, no. Feminism is about the fact that you should have the right to choose to do this if you want, and if someone else wants to go and be feminine in some other way, or however they want to represent themselves, or feel empowered, they can go do that too. Glad we could clear that up.
Take their words for it. They're not lying to you. This is feminism. What the f is this? I legitimately cannot identify any food on this plate. This is someone who only eats McDonald's every day. So I know liberals aren't used to seeing what food is not cooked at McDonald's, like I just said. So let's go one by
It's the same joke twice.
one here. Those orange things are carrots. I doubt you've seen one before, or if you did, you probably put it in other holes other than your mouth. The green or broccoli
Gotta get something with a flared base. Flared base, folks. Safety first.
and asparagus, very nutritious vegetables. Those are loaded smashed potatoes in the back. Sorry, they're not French fries. And the main dish is chicken franchise. Now I'll cut you a little slack because you're probably still eating off the kids menu, but yes, chicken does take many shapes and
Where else am I gonna get a meal that comes with a toy, Kaitlin? Come on.
forms other than dinosaurs.
Nick says, carrots and broccoli, stop making me hungry, gun girl. Bardlock Moses says, you can't cook, you shallow bitch. Jesus.
Dinosaur chicken nuggets. What the f? How do you not know what green beans are? So, ... Doing something for a man makes you feel like a woman? Girl, not just any man. My husband. Sorry that you cannot relate to that. Translation. Serving men and cleaning up after them makes me feel empowered because I don't value myself to be worth anything more. Imagine having this view. Wow, kind of feel sorry for her. I kind of feel sorry for you, Ty, that you don't know what love means. Keep getting your views from TikTok though. I'm sure they'll teach you all about love there. And twerking. This just set women back 40 years. 40 whole years? Wow, okay. You know what? I wish we would set women back 40 years. Sign me up, because what I'm living through right now isn't working for me.
Kaitlin, if they set women back 40 years, you wouldn't have the job you currently have. I don't think your outspoken political stances would have been as tolerated in like 1981 as they are today, considering you're a woman. Von Tux with 100 bits says, the Nazi poop girls transphobia reminds me of Tenacious Unicorn Ranch is a trans sanctuary. Alpaca Ranch is getting harassed by chuds in Colorado, shouting them out to likely friendly audience. Okay. Dad Buell says, the people dunking on her cooking are almost all POC. I think they know how to cook better than you, considering you don't bother to use spices you stole from them. And then Pyromancer says, expect a package in 1 to 2 weeks. Ooh, okay. Bardlock Moses says she can't twerk. She'll have an accident.
Being submissive makes you feel empowered? To each their own, I guess. Why?
I mean, yeah, sure. That's an answer. To each their own. They just said, if that's how you feel, that's fine. Bumble Homestead says, my mom couldn't get a credit card in the 80s, so...
Is it that the party of love and peace is so oblivious to what love actually is? They genuinely think it's impossible for a woman to walk into a kitchen on her own free will and cook for her family because she wants to. To them, love just means sex and nothing else. At the end of the day, though, the women who are rapping about that are more successful than you, period. Didn't Cardi B have to come out and say her husband cheated on her?
That doesn't make her not successful. I don't know about it, because I don't follow celebrity stuff, but if that even is true, that doesn't make her less successful.
Yeah, that's successful. Good job, Cardi. You one-upped me. Get a load of this next tweet. Knife, too small. Carrot, unpeeled. Slices, uneven. Cutting board, too thin. This is not a person who cooks regularly. Does she only empower herself?
Nick says your partner cheating on you isn't your fault. Yeah, it's not. Stupid.
To feed her husband once a month? Doesn't sound very trad wife to me. Imagine hating me so much. You go through and you go to my knives and my cutting board.
I mean, they just had to zoom in on the picture. It literally, they just looked at the picture you posted and zoomed in.
And everything else that's in my kitchen, because you hate those objects too. This tweet got 200,000 likes.
You got ratioed.
Definitely her first time using a knife. Which isn't really funny because the only knives they've ever seen are the plastic ones at KFC.
This is the same joke as the McDonald's joke. You can't just keep using the same joke, especially considering the president that you like served fucking McDonald's on on goddamn presidential Lincoln in the background's looking like, really? KR Goss says, currently cooking a delicious meal for my husband and kid because I'm a stay-at-home parent, but F Kaitlin. Agreed.
And naturally, saying that I like to cook for my husband...
I haven't discussed the Matt Gaetz thing at length. Next Shud Watch will probably cover it.
Got me sent some threats. I want to hit her over the head with a pipe so bad.
Jesus Christ. Again, I really wish people wouldn't take her bait. Don't take Caitlin's bait. It's not worth it. Mike Max 321 says, I hope she shows this to Gordon Ramsay so that he can roast her. And then Bardlock Moses says, KFC is better than her cooking and I hate KFC. Pyromancer says, she sure loves her straw man. Is her husband okay with that?
Go for it, I guess. You could try. It really is so amazing that a woman cooking for her husband is seen as controversial in 2021. And what's more...
It's not the fact that it's controversial. Plenty of people like post cooking pictures all the time, both men and women, but it's the fact that the implication coming from you because of people who follow you clearly know your messaging, Kaitlin. The message is not just that, oh, you enjoy cooking and cooking for your family or your husband. I guess I don't know if she has kids or anything. But like plenty of people enjoy cooking for their loved ones. That's pretty standard. That's wonderful. It's not about that. It's about the fact that based on your political leanings and how you talk about trad wife stuff, it's not just that you like that and you feel empowered by it. It's that you feel that you should prescribe that to everybody else. And if somebody doesn't enjoy that modality of like femininity or empowerment, whatever you want to call whatever you're talking about, then you think they're somehow lesser or doing something wrong. That's the issue. And that's what these people should be responding, but they're not because people are really bad at responding to shit like this. Antipodian Squid says, wait, we're not meant to use knives either? This is getting more awkward by the minute. Stops cutting mini wheel of cheese. You don't cut the mini wheel of cheese. You just stuff it all in your mouth, okay? Nick says maybe the straw man are better at... Nope, not gonna say it.
This kind of outrage. The same people who complain about misogyny are the ones that see women as nothing other than sex objects that need to spread their legs for money and pleasure. But when a woman says, hey, I think my life is more valuable than just sex or OnlyFans, feminists have a complete meltdown. This is why I don't care a thing about feminism. I care about being feminine. As a married woman, I want to cook for my family, clean my house, and one day nurture my kids. The left says being submissive to your family is oppression. Meanwhile, they want me as a woman to submit myself to their degeneracies and worldview.
I find the phrasing of submission to be very interesting here. You can cook for your spouse without it being submission. It's not submission, you're partners. You're cooking for them because you love them and you, like, enjoy cooking and you want to, like, make something for them to enjoy that you're also going to enjoy. That's not submission. That's just, like, a nice thing.
They don't want me to be happily married. They don't want me to cook. And
I want you to be happily married, Kaitlin. I just think you're probably not. Honestly. Like, I don't think anyone... How do I put this? I don't think you project this hard if you're having a good time. Also, why you cooking in that outfit? That is not a cooking outfit. Jesus. Put an apron on.
they don't want me to have kids. They believe the total sum of a woman's life is having a wet ass. Some people online are accusing me of being judgmental and telling women that they should strive for a traditional lifestyle based around marriage, family, and gender roles. Funny enough, all I said in the post was what makes me...
Yes, Kaitlin, but everyone knows who you are and they know what your rhetoric is, so the implication is clear. People can read between the lines, believe it or not. And that's the entire point of the post. It's bait. I imagine you made that post knowing people would respond poorly to it. And then you'd be able to be like, oh, all I was saying is what makes me happy, even though everyone knows exactly what you meant by the post. It's bait.
Feel empowered, and they rush to judgment. So you know what? If they can do it, then yes, I will be judgmental and say that women absolutely should strive for all of these things.
Well, there you go. Why are you surprised that people expected that of you then? Because that's exactly what you were saying.
I know there are enough people with common sense left to not give in to the left's delusions. Ladies, it's okay to want to have kids and find a man you can cook for. You'll be much happier in a stable household with a family that loves you, rather than sitting on your couch in your one-bedroom apartment, scrolling on Tinder every night to find a new man to hook up with. That's not only gross, but...
That's not even how the vast majority of people live. Is that what her idea of what the left is?
It is probably a big reason why so many people, especially women, are depressed. Kids today are being taught that love means sex and nothing else. But as
since when?
a woman that's happily married, by the way, let me tell you what love actually is. It means doing things out of the kindness of your heart that makes their lives better. It means sacrifice, commitment, and teamwork. It means putting them first and dropping everything you're doing for them. I have a lot of haters because they hate that I'm so happy while...
Not really. I don't care. Kaitlin, like, if your relationship is good, that's fine. I'm happy for you. I hate you as a person and your political beliefs, but I don't wish ill on you necessarily. It is a bummer that you and your boyfriend are Holocaust-denying Nazis, and I don't want you to have any power... And I don't care if you're in a relationship, like, you're gonna do what you're gonna do.
They're so miserable, and that's because I figured it out. So ladies, if you want to be as happy as little old Kaitlin Bennett over here, get your butts in the kitchen, learn to start cooking.
And there it is.
Or you can get your butt over to patreon.com/Kaitlin Bennett, where for just $5 a month, you can gain access to my private Facebook group, where you'll be able to ask me personally how I'm able to make a happy life for myself. See you guys there and at libertyhangout.tv. And with that, dinner is served. If you guys excuse me, I have to go serve this to my very oppressive husband, who is forcing me to be in the kitchen right now. See you later.
That's pretty sad, even by Kaitlin's standards. Jesus Christ, Kaitlin. Oh God, there's a video about the little Nos thing too.
On Satan. And then after that...
Nick says, what makes her happy is the USA being a Christian theocracy, so F her happiness. History Chick says, what about cooking with your spouse? I love cooking with mine, sure, yeah.
Video, when that wasn't enough to poke the bear, any other context. What if he said,
The left, when they want to go after or try to embarrass, he's obsessed with what's in my pants.
All right, we'll have to cover the Lil Nas thing on next Chud Watch.